Hello and welcome to Roof Restorations. In this video I'll be taking a bird poop covered pie crust table, and try saying that when you've had a few, and bringing it back to life, and at the end of the video I'll show you some of the furniture for the doll's house that I'm renovating. One of the legs had obviously taken a hit at some point, as it and the glue block were only held in place by the screws. None of the glue was intact. With the leg dismantled, I used a small scraper to remove all the remnants of the glue. It's important to do this before gluing everything back in place, otherwise it can result in a weak joint. With all the surfaces scraped clean, I applied glue to everything and then set them in place, and used the original screws to pull the joints tight. No need for any clamps this time. I wanted to strip the finish and, as always, turn to my carbide scraper as the first option. As you can see, the finish was very brittle and it came off incredibly easily. I wore a mask to do the scraping because, as you can see, the finish came off in tiny clouds of microscopic dust, something that I definitely didn't want to be breathing in. I gave the table a quick rub over with white spirit to check what the finish would look like, and was quite pleased with the results. When I started to scrape the tabletop, the need for the mask became even more apparent, as the dust began to pile up in great mounds, looking more like a sandy beach than a table. The pie crust moulding proved a bit of a challenge to strip, so I ended up improvising with various types of sandpaper to be able to get into all the contours. The teardrop blade on the scraper proved a little problematic as it had a tendency to dig into the wood, so I switched over to a circular blade to get inside the curves on the moulding. In a couple of places the moulding had become detached from the top, so some running repairs were needed before a final sand. I decided to finish the table with a coat of Gilboy's wax oil to give the top a bit of protection, as the table is likely to take some abuse if it's going to be used for drinks in future. A final coat of Gilboy's wax was all that was needed to give the table a beautiful sheen and make the burl pattern really shine through. Most of the furniture appears to be homemade, and mostly from ply and pieces of timber. The bed linen and pillows are again homemade, and are certainly in need of a good wash. The dining table is very simple, and the chairs are made from a single block of wood. The saw marks are plainly visible on them. The three-piece suite is made from simple blocks that have been glued together and painted, but they are very effective and in keeping with the Art Deco period. There was a family of 5 living in the house when I bought it. Unfortunately, the mother's head was broken, but I'll have a go at fixing the pieces of ceramic back together. I looked around the internet and think that the figures may be German from the 1930s. If you know anything that would help me date them, please leave a comment.